pump. Gucci gang. Oh, my leg is falling asleep. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are doing this face right here. When you see this face, you know it's a versus. I am doing American versus Arabic makeup, and I fell in love with the Arabic makeup. I think it's so gorgeous. Arabic, for one, is a language. It is not something that is a style. It's not a style, but when we Google it, this is what comes up. But I went ahead and did this cut crease, colorful, dramatic, elongated eye. It's just so beautiful. I love it so much. I feel like Huda Beauty for a second. Or maybe that's just my imagination, wishful thinking. Anyways, I like this side a little bit better than this one. I still like the American side, but this one is just so, it's just, Anyways, you let me know which side you like better, American or Arabic makeup. Let me know in the comments below before we start this video, because I want to read your comments. I mean, actually, when I upload this video, I'm gonna be going through your comments to see which one you like better. If you're ready to get into this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you can be a part of the quad family. And without further ado, let's get on with this video. I'm gonna start off with my brows first. I feel like in America, we're starting to get into more of the feathered brow look. I'm gonna do feathered on the American side, and then I'm gonna do bold brows on the other side of my face. I'm gonna start off with shade number 5 in Goof Proof from Benefit, and I'm just going to outline my brow. And on the Arabic side, I'm gonna make it a little bit more dramatic. So I'm gonna use a heavier hand on this side. Arabic brows are really full, thick, and very angular. I'm gonna just try to make mine look as full as possible, and those lines are really defined. So I'm just gonna comb through them with the spoolie end of the brush and just softly move it upwards. And then I'm gonna go in with shade number 6 in the Precise in My Brow Pencil and start to fill that in even deeper. Now I'm just gonna lock it in with some powder. So I have the Foolproof Brow Powder. It's my favorite brow powder right now from Benefit. And I'm in the shade number 5. So I'm gonna take the darkest shade and set everything in place. So we have our Arabic brow right here. We like bold looks too here in America, but I'm gonna do more of a feathered brow rather than the solid kind of look. So I'm gonna go in first with this guy again, because just to outline the bottom, it's a little bit quicker. And with this brow, I'm gonna comb through it as I go because I don't want it to be too bold. This is the Precise in My Brow Pencil in number 3. It's a little bit lighter, and start to feather in my brow hairs. Kind of like in a gradient from lightest to darkest. So I'm gonna start here. I'm gonna go in with the powder, which is the same powder that we used for this eye, but I'm gonna use the darkest shade for the tail end and then the lightest shade for the front of the brow. So just so you guys know, this is the 317 wing liner brush from Zoeva, and it's very narrow, so that's why I like using it on the front of my brows. It's like microblading with makeup. And you always wanna leave a little bit of space in between so that it actually looks like hair. I'm also gonna bring out the tail end so it's not so pointy. So more so like that, just thicken it up a little bit. Actually, for both brows, I'm gonna take some concealer and clean up the edge. I'm gonna use my Tarte Shape Tape in light neutral. So I'm gonna take a little bit on my hand. It's just gonna make it look extra sharp, clean, and defined. So I'm gonna work that all the way onto the lid so I can use this as a primer. Now when we get to the brow, you wanna be very careful and make sure that line is straight. For the American side, I'm gonna use the medium Shape Tape, not as bright. Prime the eye. Ooh, my leg is falling asleep. Oh my gosh. To set my eyes, I'm gonna be using the new Too Faced Chocolate Gold palette, and I'm also gonna be using the Huda Beauty Desert Dust palette at the same time, because this has more matte, colorful matte shades, and this one has more of the shimmery shades that are colorful. So I'm gonna be using both of them together. And the first color that I'm picking up from the Chocolate Gold palette is this one right here. This is Rollin' in Dough. So cute. And work that all over the lid just to set it in place so that our eyeshadow moves around really smoothly on our eye and it doesn't like skip or get patchy. So we want a smooth surface to kind of move our brush freely. So I'm gonna start off with the transition shade. I'm gonna go in with Chocolate Truffle, and I'm gonna take my Dose of Colors blending brush and just start to work this to the crease. But I'm gonna keep it pretty far out because we wanna elongate our eyes on this side. I'm gonna go into the crease, focus it on the outer portion of our eye and really elongate the eye shape. So I'm gonna take it way past the outer V. I'll take a little bit more on the brush and then start to work it on the outer part of the eye, just intensifying that crease shade. Work my brush very softly in this area, barely putting any pressure down on my eye, and then just start to bring it in like this, very lightly, like a feather. And then for this crease right here, I'm gonna take So Bougie, and this is going to be our crease shade, but we don't usually elongate that far out. We do like a nice intense crease. So I'm gonna go in these little back and forth motions in a C basically, right, cupping right around the lid. Just go back and forth. And then I'm gonna take this all the way in, and I'm gonna use heavy pressure going right in here because we're not being super artsy with this eye. We like the drama. And you can use back and forth motions or little circular motions, whatever works best for you when you're blending out your shadow. Sometimes I even like to come in at an angle, use very light pressure, and I feel like it really just blends your shadow out so beautifully like that. So that's our first little crease shade. I'm gonna build it up a second time, just a little bit. And then I'm gonna go in with Cocoa Truffle, the one we used on this eye, right down here, a little further down on the eye. We still want that So Bougie shade to peek through, so we're going right underneath that. For this side, I'm gonna go ahead and take this really pretty matte purple shade, Amethyst, from the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette, and this is the Luxie 229 tapered blending brush. So I'm going to take some of that shade, the purple, and focus it right on the crease. And kind of the same thing, we just want it to disappear into nothing right in here. So we want to use a super light feather touch hand, and then as we go further out, we want to use a little bit more pressure. I don't want this color to touch the lid, so I'm going to try to be careful with that. And just remember to take it all the way out, right to the end of the tail of the brow. To make it a little bit more easier on yourself, you can always put tape right here and line it up to the end of the brow. This is the 234 brush. It's just a flat shader brush. I'm gonna pick up more of the amethyst color, flip my brush upwards, and just line it up with the brow, with the bone, right on the crease bone. Just line the color up right there. And then I'm gonna flip the brush over and start to work this color upwards. And just softly push out the edges so it looks soft. And then with the clean brush, you can remember where it's at. I think it's this one. I'm going to clean up right in here. Again, just go over it very lightly. And then for this side of the eye, I'm just gonna take a darker shade. This is called Oud. I'm gonna take this shade right here for the American side and intensify the crease. With this, the American side, I'm gonna do this shade right here. This is called Famous. It's such a pretty color, and just work that on all over the lid. I'm actually gonna bring in the brown and bring it right into the edges right here. It gives the gold like a different look. And then I just want it to kind of fade into one another. And then on this eye, I'm gonna take some concealer. I wanna deepen this up with a little bit of black. And this is a Exact Blend E32 brush from Sigma. And I'm just gonna go right underneath that purple. And then I'm gonna go ahead and take the concealer and clean this up. Concealer is like the magic eraser. I'm gonna go in with the golds. This is Chocolate Gold. This one right here. And I'm gonna work that on the inner corner of the eye. I mean, the inner third of the eye. I really like the Arabic style of makeup because they're not afraid to use color, and they're also not afraid to do different shapes with their eyes. Like they'll do triple wing, double wing, just really elaborate, beautiful makeup. This pink shade, oh my gosh, I hope this turns out good, you guys. Live in Lavish. I just really want to use this pink shade. This is actually how I used to do my makeup in high school. I would always have pink on the outer part of my lid and then gold on the inner part. Or I do half and half and I wouldn't blend it. That's just how I lived my life in high school. This matte black shade right here, I'm gonna pop it on the outer part of the lid. And now I'm gonna do an intense cat eye. So here we go. My eye look looks almost like a piñata, but we're gonna go with it. I'm gonna go ahead and make an intense wing. What I like about Arabic makeup is that it's a full eye of liner. Bottom, top, tight line, waterline, everything is black and dramatic, and that's what I love about it. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to bring it out. I'm going to extend it a little bit further out here. I'm going to use the other side, which is this pencil. It's super, super, super dark black. So I'm going to go right underneath. I'm going to go all the way in and touch the end of this right here. And then with the other side, I'm going to connect these two guys so you can have a little point, like a little tiny one. And I kind of went outside of the line right here, but it's gonna kind of work for us because we're gonna smoke this bottom portion. I'm gonna smoke this bottom portion out too. Go on the other eye, and I'm gonna do a wing. It's gonna be a little bit different than this dramatic cat eye wing. So for this eye, I'm just gonna go, I'm gonna follow where it ends, right about there, and then start to bring it in. We like to be dramatic too over on this side, but we don't elongate our eyes as much. We're still elongating the eye, we're lifting it, but we're just doing a shorter version of this eye right here. And then for the liner, I'm actually gonna take the liner just to show you guys. I'm gonna go in on the waterline, still take it in and make it dramatic, but not all the way in, just about halfway. So we still have that lift. So now that we have that, I'm gonna go ahead and do the lashes. For the lashes, we both like dramatic lashes, but the eyes are so elongated and so extra dramatic. The lashes are going to be 10 times that. These are actually my favorite lashes. These are the Farah lashes from Huda Beauty. But I feel like these are so wide and long that they're just gonna go perfect with, they're gonna match this eye really perfect. So I'm gonna get some glue on there and pop it on. On this eye, I'm gonna use the Lilly lashes in Tease, the shade, the style, what the heck. The rest of the face, I'm just gonna put on a foundation. This is the Huda Beauty. I already have primer on. I feel like a foundation is a foundation when it comes to both styles of makeup. There's nothing particular. We both like full coverage. I don't think this side really goes for the super tan. I think it's more sculpted from what I've seen anyways. So I'm not gonna focus too much on getting really bronzy over here. I'm gonna focus more of the bronze on this side, but I just want my skin to be nice and even right now. It actually applies pretty good, and I'm not a fan of using brushes for foundation anymore, but this one is pretty good. On this side, I'm gonna use the Tarte Shape Tape in light neutral, something a little bit brighter. I'm gonna go for that. I'm gonna do the Instagram kind of application on this side. I'm also gonna hit right in this dark spot right here. And then on the American side, I'm gonna take the Shape Tape in medium, something a little bit more close to my skin tone, and I'm gonna bring it down the same way. It's the Hoola bronzer to contour. So I'm just gonna set my under eyes with some Mercier translucent powder. So I'm gonna let that bake on my face. While that's doing that, I'm gonna do my lower lash line. And then I'm gonna take this shade right here. This is called Amber. This one, I'm gonna mix a little bit and pop that on the outer portion of the lower lash line. Actually, you're gonna bring it all the way in like that. And then now I'm just gonna smudge out the black liner so that it goes a little bit lower than what it is right now. We're going to contour the face. For the contour, I'm gonna use my Natasha Deanna contour sculpting powder. And I'm gonna first snatch my nose. A lot of you guys ask what brush is this? I think this is the Morphe M572 brush. And really contour the nose. Bring those little lines as close. If you really want your nose to be pinched, you wanna bring these lines in really close. For the American side, we like to look super tan, so I'm gonna take this Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer on my cheeks, bronze up the forehead. It's gonna give us an all-over sun-kissed glow. I'm gonna take it right down here too. Behind the ear, you want everything to kind of blend into one another. On this side, I'm gonna skip the tan. I'm gonna go straight to the contour. I'm gonna use this brush right here from the Makeup Shack, the T31, and I'm just going to hold it upwards and intensify that contour. So it's gonna give us a really sculpted face. I'm gonna take this blush from Ofra. This is Bellini. I'm gonna put this on the American side. It's a little softer. I'm gonna do that with a stippling brush. So I'm just gonna keep it right behind the apples of the cheeks. And then for the other side, I'm gonna go with something a little bit more dramatic. I'm gonna use this Ofra shade of Blush and Punch. Everybody loves the highlight. So I'm gonna take this Cover FX palette right here. It's a highlighting palette and it has a ton of shades in it. I'm actually gonna mix a little bit of gold, just these 4 right here. And then for the American side, I'm gonna take these 2 shades over here and just pop that right on top. We can go dramatic on both. I feel like I can go with any lip. It's gonna go in with a nude lip. This is MAC's Boldly Bare. I'm gonna do more of a contoured lip on this side. And then I'm gonna go over with this. This is the ColourPop Ultra Matte Lip in Lil Pump. Really? Lil Pump. Gucci gang. I'm gonna take it right through there. And then on this side, on the American side, I'm gonna take Nikki's Nude from MAC and just go over like that. The only difference, I'm gonna use the Huda Beauty Lip Strobe. This is in Ritzy. This side, I'm just gonna take a gloss and go straight over it. This is MAC Lip Glass in Nude. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to thumbs it up. I love doing these kinds of videos. If you love them too, give me a big thumbs up. Name which country you want me to do next. Before I let you go, I want you to remember, think before you react. I think that's gonna help you a lot in your life. It's helped me a lot. Sometimes I forget and I just react and then I'm like, dang it, why did I say that? Why did I do that? I really didn't mean it. So just remember, just take a second, pause. I love you guys so much. I will hope to bring some inspiration to your life to be a better person, the best person that you can be. I love you so much and I will see you in my next video. Bye, dollies.